Okay, so this video is about muddy taste of tilapia cichlids when you are practically consuming it or eating it, right? Now, I don't know where you're at. I'm in Jamaica, and ponds are used to breed and keep and should I say produce tilapia cichlids as food fish. Now, as you can see, the ponds are huge. It ranges from quarter acre, half acre, 1 acre, 2 acre, 3 acre plus, right? So it is a huge pond space, right? The ponds are not made from cement, like concrete ponds, right? They are made from clay, right? So the water will be pumped into these spaces. Uh, it will actually sit there for a while, and you will have fish stock actually placing it from there about as tiny as 1 inch, right? Now, from there 1 inch, roughly about 35,000 juvenile, should I say, baby fish is placed within one of these huge ponds, right? And they stay there for an estimated roughly 6 to 7 months. It depends on the time of year, right? I'll explain to you that in another video, right? Now, as the fish actually lives within that space, right, a lot of things exist in that space. Some of the things that exist in that space include, but is not limited to, planktons and algae, right? I shared with you in our video before that food fish, or fish grown for food, or fish produced for food, right, are fed on this particular farm 6 days a week. The seventh day, which is a Sunday, um, that's the day in which they choose to actually not feed the fish. Each pot is fed 4 times a day, right? But on Sunday is not fed. And the reason being is that the ponds tend to harbor the production of planktons and algae. If too much planktons or algae exists within the pond, what will happen is that it will suffocate the pond. Alright, as you can see, the ponds are not aerated 24 hours. It's only aerated an average 12 hours per day, right? So with algae and plankton actually growing, right, and you're actually feeding the fish will not want to eat the algae nor the plankton. So on Sundays, the fish is not fed. So they are now forced to consume the plankton. And where it is discovered that the pond is it have a great number amount of plankton and algae. Sometimes it might go up to 2 days, right? Now when you're harvesting fish, what happened is that the plankton leaves a residue within the fish mouth. Now this residue is what gives the freshwater fish the bitter taste to some extent, and the muddy taste. In an effort to eliminate this taste issue in tilapia food fish, right? Tilapia fish grown for food. I note you, it is not the mud, or should I say the clay, that exists within the pond that give the taste, the muddy taste or the bitter taste. It is the plankton and the algae. So what is done is that the fish stock that is to be sold, normally it is harvested once a week. I depend on the amount of stock, probably twice, right? Um, the fish stock that is to be harvested, it is actually collected from the ponds, right? Men would go in there and they would actually net out the fish, right? And then the fish would be placed in to a concrete pond, right? The fish would not be fed, right? And the water that is used is freshly pumped into that space from a spring, right? And the fish should be left there between 1 to 2 days. And sometimes it depends on the extent in which the algae residue is algae residue or plankton residue is actually spotted within the pond. It depends on the extent. The fish might be kept there for 1 to 2 days, right? The fish is not fed, right? Because remember, these fish are going to be, processed, right, as food fish, right? So they are in the concrete pond. Plankton is not there, right? Algae is not there. The water is heavily filtered. Water is coming from the spring. It's filtered through several mechanisms. So when the fish actually